I'm coming that way.
It didn't happen. It didn't happen.
That's what I said. Nobody.
Sorry for the delay, everyone. We'll be starting here soon. Trying to wrangle everyone together.
All right, why don't we get everybody assembled over here?
All right. I was just here. Whatever you need. Hey, Walter.
Why don't we get Lance and Katie and Dana? Why don't you guys come up? Can I get Jessica in?
Sure, Jessica. Jessica, when you come join us, Jessica.
Lindsay. They're good. Okay. Let's see what this is.
I'm live. Are y'all good?
You ready?
Are we ready?
Good. Yeah, let's go.
Sure. Well, thank you all for being here today. We are very excited. Next week starts a very special week. Next week is National Travel and Tourism Week. And as we begin to recover from the worst times that not only Natchez, but the world has really ever experienced, we're excited that we are really fast-tracking on our way back strong here in Natchez and around this country, but certainly Natchez is leading the charge, I believe. And we're going to talk about the power of travel as this week begins. And so today, the mayor has blessed us with a proclamation celebrating in honor of National Travel and Tourism Week. We have a full schedule planned at Visit Natchez. All you have to do is go to visitnatchez.org, visit our Facebook page, our Instagram pages, and you'll see a lot of information about it. But today, I think, is a very special day because the mayor is going to bestow on our city a proclamation.
Oh, thank you, Devin, and thank you all, and thank you, Natchez. You know, before I go about presenting this proclamation, I'd like to say a few words to the tenacity of the Natchez people. You know, we stood on this bluff about a year ago, and we said that we would overcome this challenge just as we've overcome every challenge that's come at us in our over 300 years. And truly we have. And I look out and I see people who saw us through this challenge. I see our former executive director of tourism, Jennifer Combs, and Jennifer's staff. I see Joanna, I see Lindsay here, Katie, and I look around and I see our board members here and the chairman, Lance Harris, who saw us through this difficult time. I will never forget, Jennifer, when you were giving a presentation via Zoom, and we didn't even know, I knew how to spell Zoom, but I didn't know what it meant. And now we're all experts on Zoom. But Jennifer gave a presentation, Debbie, at a Chamber of Commerce event that was going live all through our community. And I will never forget at the close of that hour how emotional you got, Jennifer. We saw your heart for Natchez, your heart for tourism. That speaks to Visit Natchez. All of you have put your heart into this. Didn't let a pandemic stop us. And then we came out stronger, because what's exciting, and I think, Jessica, you can even testify to this, we now are experiencing record numbers in tourism in Natchez. When everyone else was closed and everyone was hunkered down, we were celebrating tourism responsibly. We got a lot of money in to do this. We had our best October on record. We had our best spring pilgrimage on record just this past month. And we have seen crowds at our restaurants, at our hotels, at our historic sites, and we couldn't be more pleased. Even our bed and breakfasts, many thought they wouldn't survive the pandemic, and they are now going stronger than ever. And so today, I pay tribute to Visit Natchez, to your leadership in leading our city through this pandemic, and I pay tribute to all Natchezians and Natchezians who have pulled together to make us stronger. And so, hey, it's time to celebrate. It's time to celebrate. And so now it is my pleasure as mayor of Natchez to present this proclamation. And I'm going to hit the high points, but this is National Travel and Tourism Week. And so whereas tourism has a critical role in our community, whereas a robust tourism industry has provided significant economic benefits, whereas tourism has been a foundation for a healthy workforce here and one of the largest private sector employers, not only in Natchez, but across our country, whereas spending by travelers has aided us, our city, our government here in Natchez, and state government alike, to carry out important functions, all because we have those tourism dollars coming in. And whereas leisure tourism, meetings, events, incentive travel, even sports travel, is more important now than ever before to local economies, and whereas leisure travel, which accounts for more than 3/4 of all trips taken in the United States, spurs countless benefits to travelers' health and wellness, creativity, cultural wellness, and education, happiness, productivity. And whereas businesses and workers alike in the travel industry were some of the first and hardest hit during our recent pandemic, and whereas they have rebounded and truly encapsulate the spirit of our community and our state. And lastly, whereas the spirit of tourism will be a necessary and prominent component of our return to everyday life and must be supported and protected at all costs, especially in Mississippi, where tourism is critical to our economy. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Mayor Dan Gibson, and the Board of Aldermen of the City of Natchez celebrate, honor, and proclaim May 2nd through May 8th, 2021 as National Travel and Tourism Week in Natchez.
Share for the crowd there.
And Devin, in closing, we are so excited to celebrate you as our new leader in tourism. Your vision for tourism here, what we have already seen happen under your leadership, Jennifer, over the last several years, and now taking that next step forward with this great board. We just couldn't be more grateful, more honored, and more excited.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
And like you said, I stand on the backs of giants. What the team did last year, and Jennifer and the team and staff over at Visit Natchez, what our Board of Commissioners did, it really helped propel where we are today. A lot of Convention and Visitors Bureaus closed shop and they just retrenched last year. But ours said, no, we're going to be ready. We're going to make sure that our information is viable and out there in the communities so that when we're ready to open those doors, there's going to be people on the other side and they're going to be ready to walk in those doors. And the hard work that they did, they never missed a beat. They kept working hard throughout the pandemic. They had to do it remotely. They had to do it via Zoom calls, but they did it and they continued to push. And as a result of that, we're seeing the fruits of that work right now and how our visitors are coming back strong. So lots of kudos to the team, to Jennifer, and to our board for everything that they did last year.
Great. And one last thing I do have to mention, we just had an exciting meeting literally this morning at City Hall where we talked about all of our plans to broaden the telling of this Natchez story and to work more closely with NAPAC, our Museum of African American History, and also to work on an ambitious project to bring Forks of the Road into the Park Service as a national park dedicated to telling the important story of the old slave market and that diabolical system that thankfully is in our past. Also to build a new monument to the U.S. colored troops. Also to identify and mark with signage sites all across our city that are important to our African American heritage and history and our civil rights history. So exciting times are truly afoot. And may I say, I celebrate the fact, Devin, I hope you don't mind my saying this, but I think it's historic that we stand here today and celebrate you, our first African American, to serve in this role as our leader in tourism.
Thank you.
For that, we're grateful.
Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity.
I think we're done.
All right.
Thank you all. Thank you all. That was wonderful.
We got it.
Yeah, first try.
Oh, I know.